Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedom and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedom.
Liberty Counsel is advancing religious freedom through the courts, through the halls of public policy, and at the grassroots level. I am Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Matt Barber as we talk about the year-end report, or the Partners Report for Liberty Counsel, a report that we do every year that overviews highlights of what Liberty Counsel has been involved with over the past 12 months. And we break it down into three categories: religious liberty, the sanctity of human life, and the family. And those are in the litigation category. And then we have the other category. It is a very extensive report about what Liberty Counsel has been involved with. We began to talk about some of these things regarding Obamacare. We've been involved in the Obamacare case for a number of years since 2010. Child Evangelism Fellowship. We've won major cases involving the Good News Clubs and defending pastors who are from Romania that are living in Arizona, witnessing to people on the street, were arrested. We were able to defend them, and also the National Day of Prayer. And also now let's move to some others that are part of this Partners Report as well. Open Homes Fellowship. It is a great ministry in Central Florida where people who are chemically drug addicted come, and they have a very solid Christian environment, and they also work in their community. And this particular organization, we've represented them before, and now they have been fined because the fire came and gutted part of this particular facility, and they had to ultimately do some reconstruction. And Orange County gave excessive fines and essentially was going to shut this facility down until Liberty Counsel intervened.
And that's the good news. We came along. We successfully defended Open Homes Fellowship. And, you know, every time we see one of these instances where Christian ministries are singled out by government for whatever reason, and every time it's brought to our attention, if we have the resources and the means, we will come to the defense of that ministry, in this case, Open Homes Fellowship. And once again, we were successful.
You know, this ministry is a great ministry to bring men and off of these horrible life cycles that they've gotten themselves involved in with drugs and alcohol and addiction. And a number of years ago, we defended this ministry against the Orange County government, who tried to shut them down. We ultimately won. The ordinance that they were using was declared unconstitutional, and Orange County had to pay attorney's fees for that. So this is a great ministry that we've had a long history with. Also, in another case in Florida, in DeLand, Florida, which is north of Orlando, they have a 131-year-old seal. And in that seal is a cross. You have to almost squint to look at it, but it is in that seal. It was part of the original foundation of DeLand when the place became an entity, a community, a town. This seal was part of that, and it goes all the way back to the founding. And Americans United for Separation of Church and State, they sent a letter and said, oh, this is unconstitutional. You got to change this 131-year-old seal.
And this underscores, Matt, for me, the importance of people, anytime they hear about a case like this, if they hear that groups like Americans United for Separation of Church and State are sending these intimidating, threatening letters to people, they're not rooted in the Constitution. They don't have the law on their side. So what their tactic is that they just try to intimidate people into compliance with their secularization of various communities. And I encourage people to contact Liberty Counsel if you hear of anything that groups like Americans United are involved in. Let us know so that we can educate individuals on the true Constitution and what their rights actually are.
Yeah, and so we were able to get involved in that case. Also, in Plainfield, Illinois, we filed suit. We won the case there. That's a case where Liberty Counsel actually applied for use of the facility. And Liberty Counsel was told that you can't use the facility because your meeting would include prayer and also religious viewpoints on the founding of America. I mean, how far have we come from the original understanding of this country's founding principles to have in a situation like this is that you can use the facility, you can't pray, and you can't talk about the religious aspects of the founding of America. Well, we filed suit, and the town had to rewrite its policy and pay attorney's fees.
Yeah, and why did these towns bring these things on themselves? And the point you make, how can you possibly talk about the founding of America and without talking about religious issues and the faith of the founders, which was fundamental, which was inherent within the very founding of America, founded in large part for freedom of religion, not freedom from religion. So this was a great victory, and it was also an opportunity to focus on a situation like this, to educate the public about viewpoint discrimination, and that government that cannot do that.
Well, if you want more information about Liberty Counsel, you can call us at 800-671-1776 or go to lc.org. Or also you can go to libertycounsel.com. You can sign up to receive a number of different kinds of emails that you can be very active and involved with by getting your voice known on issues of national importance. So libertycounsel.com and lc.org, you can make contributions from both of those websites to Liberty Counsel as well. Liberty Counsel has been involved in many other areas of religious liberty in the courts. But let's begin talking about the sanctity of human life. One of the things that crosses religious freedom and life is the Obamacare case. Obviously, it directly collides with religious freedom, but it also is the largest funding of abortion in history. Under Obamacare, employers, whether they're religious, for-profit or not-for-profit, have to fund abortion. And individuals also, oftentimes, if their insurance policy coverage covers abortion anywhere, or their exchange that they go into covers abortion, they also have to fund abortion as well. So we've got a challenge against that Obamacare case. It's been in existence since 2010.
Yeah, and the cat's out of the bag for those who still claim, even today, that Obamacare does not force taxpayers to fund abortion. That a horse has left the barn, as they like to say. That it factually does, and we're challenging it, and it's we have petitioned the Supreme Court to hear this case.
We have, and so many other areas of advancing religious freedom and life Liberty Counsel is involved with. We partnered with Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar of the popular TV reality show 19 Kids and Counting, along with other pro-life organizations, and developed a website, basically a one-stop website for different pro-life organizations and ministries and information to be displayed. And that is lifeunited.org. That's our website, lifeunited.org. I encourage you to check it out. It provides information on a wide range of resources and helps information. So make that one of your favorite websites for pro-life information, lifeunited.org. We also joined Personhood Mississippi in filing a Life at Conception Citizens Initiative, a proposed amendment to the Mississippi Constitution, which would ultimately clarify and state that the right to life begins at conception and that all human beings at every stage of development are unique, created in God's image, and shall enjoy the inalienable right to life as persons under the law. And there's many, many other things that Liberty Counsel has been involved with as well, including Personhood North Dakota, successfully advancing pro-life bills, which were then signed into law, including a Personhood initiative that will be on the ballot in 2014, and much, much more.
Yeah. And we have partnered with Personhood USA in trying to further the personhood movement. There's going to be
all over the country.
All over the country. They're working again in Colorado for a ballot in 2014. And this is just one prong of a multi-pronged approach to defend life across America. We've had a number of great successes in courts across America on these issues. And the reality is the science is unequivocal. Human life begins at the moment of conception, and inherent within that human life should, and scientifically and certainly morally, is personhood.
Is personhood, no question about it. And the good news is that there is more and more pro-life legislation that has been passed in the last 12 months than many years that preceded. And Liberty Counsel, we're right there advancing the sanctity of human life. Go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, or libertycounsel.com, lc.org, or libertycounsel.com. You can also call 800-671-1776. $1,276. Any contribution that you give between now and the end of the year will be doubled. So we have a donor that has challenged those who are supporters of Liberty Counsel to come forth between now and the end of the year with a contribution that will help advance this mission. Liberty Counsel is a critical mission advancing religious freedom, life and family through litigation, education, and public policy. So your contribution of $25 will become $50, $100 will become $200. So please make your gift at the end of the year between now and December 31. You can go to Liberty Counsel's website for more information or make an online contribution from lc.org.
You have been listening to Faith and Freedom with Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedom. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.